right, it is April 17th, 2024. It's Wednesday. Let's get to the daily structural analysis. Let's get started. Daily. So, just a quick recap from yesterday. Get my notes up real quick. So, picking up on UJ from yesterday's discussion, I said that, hey, we were very likely still to continue hawkish. There wasn't anything significant telling us to slow down on this chart based off the daily time frame. Okay, if we look carefully now at the chart, we are getting close to 155 flat. Market is starting to show signs across the board of potential hesitation. Minor, but there is. I'll cover that today. And keep in mind, we are now midday through Wednesday. We're getting close to Thursday, Friday, so the week is going to close. All right, it might not come through this week. It might be something setting up for next week. Just keep that in mind. We get the healthy close. All right, we still didn't hit 155 flat. Notice how for Wednesday's candle, that's all the movement that we have got up through before London. Or sorry, before New York. There's 8 hours left on this candle. So not a lot of movement, not a lot of volume right now, okay? We'll take a closer look as how things are on the H4 time frame. Let's move on over to USD CAD, but just to confirm, no real change in terms of the bias. We're still bullish on UJ, all right? Still hawkish. All right, and this is what I mean. On USD CAD, we now see 8 hours left on a bearish candle with very close wicks upon the close of yesterday's candle. That oftentimes can indicate a good roof. Okay, so we might have resistance now form that, and if it is in fact resistance, this will be the first area. So important to keep that in mind. And notice how we're very close to 138.5. Okay, we might not have hit 138.5 flat, but we got really close to it. That is good enough. Something to keep in mind. Okay, so what could happen for the week? We could still see a potential retracement. Okay, we could still see a potential retracement as we are still in Wednesday, not Thursday and Friday. But this is good indication of a roof. All right, we do have that there. Can it break? Yes, it can. Still at 8 hours left. Will this candle close bearish? We still have to see. Okay, we still have to get through New York and figure out what market is going to do. But it looks like now we might be taking a breather. This may be a short pullback before we continue to go up. So keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind that can happen. Overall direction is still hawkish. Just keep in mind that we may be entering a retracement stage. Just keep that in mind. So be patient. Don't enter long now. Let market set itself up. All right. All right. So AU, again, notice how we're seeing the same kind of movement on AU, similar to USD CAD, where we're getting that reversal candle right there. That might be setting up for a floor at 64 flat. Probably not going to hit 63.5 this week. Of course, my trade idea yesterday didn't work all the way. That's fine. It happens. Who said that yesterday couldn't have just been a huge drop? I don't have control of the market. No one does. So you just have to take it for what it is, right? You just have to take it for what it is. But we are at 64 flat. We do have two nice wicks at the bottom side. Notice how we have not formed any new lows today. So we do have a good indication that buyers are on the go. All right. So again, we are still dovish. However, we might be entering a retracement stage. This can look like one daily candle like we got here, minor retracement, and then a push back to the downside. Or this can look something more as a consolidation range with a slight pull and then a drop. We'll have to see what market is going to lay out and continue to pick up on the clues. And once we're clear on what we got to do, and we can take advantage of the market. All right, let's go to the H4. So again, no real change. Just the fact that we might be entering retracement stages overall for the pairs. Now the H4, bring that up. All right, so we started on UJ, so let's start on UJ. So there we go, UJ. We're starting to see low volume in relationship to recent movements. And what's your minimum? Show you guys what I mean. So if we zoom in, and if anyone is trying to make $1 million, we really have no movement like we have here. In very, very minor movement. Ignore this spike. I'm not going to cover that. But in the last 12 hours, 16 hours right here, we have just been in a very minor consolidation range. And notice how we're still to approach 155, right? We are starting to see wicks to the upside. So buyers may start to exhaust. Few clues here. And also notice how, like I said yesterday, in terms of the transition, right? Notice how here we get a bearish engulfing formation in relationship to this bullish candle right here. So what I'm trying to say is that, now let me erase this really quick and make it really clean. I never used this before, so all right, I guess we're not going to do that. Let me just discard. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this. We pay close enough attention. These three bearish candles engulf this bullish candle. Okay, so these three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So if we start to see more wicks thrown anywhere in this region, right here, that section, if we see wicks start to form here to the upside, I would then anticipate a market to retrace at some point. How far down, I am not sure. We don't know, but I would anticipate that there could be a retracement coming up for UJ. Will it come right now in New York? I'm not sure. Will it come early London on Thursday? I'm sure also. But for the current present moment, this candle is bullish. So we are still looking more bullish in New York. Again, it could be a massive spike on the lower time frames to then come back down. That might be the move. So watch for that. Yes, that's fine. So, all right, let's go to USD CAD. Again, notice on USD CAD, we're seeing the same patterns for the dollar, okay? Both on UJ and both on USD CAD. Like I said, you got to pick up on the clues across the board. That can help you out in terms of what kind of decision you are to make today. So the last H4 candle when I took the screenshot was still minor bullish. Notice how we have 3 solid wicks to the upside. And also notice how after market found its neutral point, a bearish candle which engulfs that neutral point shows the presence of the sellers. So as of right now, there could be more sellers than there are buyers in the market for this present moment in time. Even though we still have that minor bullish candle, you got to pick up on the clues that are showing up before. Okay, so there is the buyer's exhaustion. This is pretty much done. Okay, we're now keeping up with what market is doing. Roof seems to be formed. That's what we discussed on the daily, right? That is the daily right there. And last but not least, AU. So same thing, but not for the dollar, but for the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar found buyers. We see the exchange of finding that neutral price point, and then now buyers starting to take the lead. Again, overall direction from a structure, we are still dovish, but we are in a retracement. This looks very much like a retracement. It can be short-lived as it can be long-lived. So just keep that in mind. But again, neutral candle, the pass off, the engulf. After this point, if you were to buy, if you would have bought right here, even though you would have had drawdown from this wick, you're still in profit, right? Obviously, this is not the best entry. This would have been the best entry if you could have caught it to begin with. But in short, if we kept it simplistic, if you were long right now, as I'm speaking, you'd be profit. Question is, how long is this going to go up for? And we got to start keeping in mind where the transition will happen. The same way that we see the transition happen here. Okay, it took a few candles. We see the neutral price, then the continued fall followed by a low lower than this low, and then we get the confirmation of the volume, and then we continue to the downside. And I promise you guys that the drawings and the videos will continue to get better. Just let time go by. Life needs to take its shape with certain things so that we can get there. Even the audio on the mic, fully aware of those instances. So, all right, on the H4s, we're inverted with the dailies. We are more to enter on a retracement. If I was to look anything right now in New York, I'd really probably be looking at UJ, mainly because AU seems to have already taken off. USD CAD already seems to taken off, and UJ still seems fresh for a further retracement. So if I was to pick anything, I would go for UJ right now. We can still go lower, and if that is the direction that we need to go, following like what's happening across the board, that'd be my anticipation. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember, use your stop, risk management, safe trading. Don't go crazy. One day at a time. It's a journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's your boy Bliss. Peace out.